Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right. So this has been a long time coming.
Duncan says so too.
We were supposed to, yeah, Craig's dog, he won't shut up about it. He's like, yeah, talk about Prey already. We were supposed to have Chris Styles here, but he's at work.
Yeah.
This was
What are you
our
gonna
fault,
do?
probably.
It's all, what shit happens.
Yep.
Right.
Well, Craig, his power went out. If that wouldn't have happened, we would have been okay. But
Yeah.
shit happens. So
Yep.
we're here and we're going to talk about Prey, the new Predator movie. Did you see, and I want to ask something quick, did you see the concept poster for a possible, maybe talk about sequel to Prey?
Yeah.
That was pretty bitchin'. I can't remember what, like, the setting was, but it was a Japanese warrior right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
it was feudal Japan with a Ronin samurai
Yeah.
That's it.
cross a predator, and basically that whole idea, which leads into a bunch of other possible ideas, like a predator
Right.
dropping into the middle of an ocean with
Or
pirates.
xenomorphs, or
Well,
Cenobites, or
Yeah.
you know,
hey, speaking about the xenomorph things, I know when we first watched Prey, we were talking about the fact that that Alien versus Predator is not canon.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
and I think I said it at the time, and it's something I would like to mention again. If versus Predator is not canon, that means Predator 2 is also not canon.
technically speaking.
Yeah.
But-
I'm just saying, like the idea of the all right, granted, and this is for the modern day retelling of Predator, it's like or for what's happening now. Yeah, you can disregard this, but to me, like growing up, I was like 15 years old reading a Dark Horse comic book about predators creating aliens for the perfect hunt.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, to me, that was really fucking cool. That was a great idea, and made even better by the fact that the second Predator came out, and there's an alien skull on the wall of the ship. Like, to me, that was
Yeah.
awesome. And then I was super excited when they did the whole thing in the pyramid where the young predators had to prove themselves by hunting the fucking aliens, the xenomorphs.
Right.
I don't know. I've thrown that out there. I feel better now. I got it off my chest. I'm good.
I don't know. I didn't. To be fair, I didn't watch Alien versus Predator because I just had no interest in it.
I saw it, but it was
is
hard to
terrible.
watch because it was such a dark movie, and I saw it in
Right.
the drive-in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You could barely see a goddamn thing.
Yeah, and I saw it in the drive-in, and that totally
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
that
imagine.
it totally deterred me from wanting to see it again.
I rented the DVD when it came out, and I went and watched it. I actually had to turn the brightness all the way up on the screen.
Yeah.
I played the PC game. That was
Was
pretty
that the
cool.
one where the AI was really horrible?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
Like the aliens would just walk by you if you just turned around.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was basically just Halo with Predator and alien skin.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, like growing up, it was the same as like when I was at the same age, we used to hear rumors about a Freddy versus Jason movie in the works, right? Which eventually came out, but I think it came about because of the rumors, not because it was ever a real plan.
Yeah.
The same thing, Predator versus Alien, in my opinion. It was not an actual plan, and they were like, well, the fans would probably dig it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was just a cash grab, and like that's why it's not considered canon, I feel.
Right. Which this
But,
movie did not feel like a cash grab.
No,
No.
It did not feel like
wasn't.
somebody thought
This is definitely a passion project
Yeah.
that happened to make a boatload of money.
Well, it's like so people. Some of the complaints I've heard, one of them in particular, they were referring specifically to the Alien versus Predator concept, being that in that movie, they're in basically a subterranean pyramid where aliens hatch and then predators hunt them to prove their worth. Except for they've been doing it for eons, coming to Earth and doing this, and proving themselves. And somebody was like, well, if you take that into consideration, then why was there like a primeval predator? There shouldn't have been, because they've always been technologically advanced.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a stupid argument, because like regardless of what dude looked like with his little bone helmet and shit, he was still using laser targeted like like metal spears to kill things.
Right. They still have the technology, but it's primitive for their culture, their race, their species. Like where they're from.
Yeah, no, exactly. I felt like to the critics of that particular thing,
they're taking it too fucking literally.
Yeah, I mean the shit that he was doing was still advanced. Like even setting off the little fucking AirPod drone that flipped up and just like all the friction.
1700.
I don't know. Like the complaints about this movie are a load of shit.
Like here's the thing. It's not that they don't have the technology, it's the fact that they just haven't thought about certain weapons yet.
Yeah.
Like the shoulder cannon.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Even if not even just the shoulder cannon, like consider it like maybe it wasn't so much they didn't think about it, as they didn't have to think about it because the prey was not advanced enough to deal with whatever they were using.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, it wasn't even that they didn't think about it; they just didn't need it yet.
Right. And basically, his weapon in Prey was the Predator's version of a Native American weapon.
Right. No, it completely was. Which would also, I guess, if you look at any of the Predator backstory,
just laser guided.
Well, like it would make sense too, though, because it was always, if not fair. Fair is not the right way to look at it, but it would be a relatively level playing ground.
Yeah.
At least by comparison.
It was all very like primitive for their era. You know what I mean? Like it was advanced, but it was still like primitive for alien technology.
Darts moving through the air from a fired source.
Right.
Yeah.
There was something you could see happening. You could see them load up and you could see them launch. Which, I mean, same thing. You see an arrow load up and you could see it launch.
Yep.
I don't know. Just, like I said, most of the complaints that I've run across online have been a complete load of crap. It's like someone's trying to find a reason to be annoyed by it.
Like nobody, like there's to me, there's just no honest opinions out there, and that's why we're here.
Yep.
But that's why I wanted Chris Styles here, because he is indifferent on it.
Yeah.
And I just want to know why. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, every negative review that I've seen and you've seen has been the exact same thing.
Yep. I completely crap.
But I'm gonna say Amber Midthunder killed it. Literally.
Oh no, she did a brilliant job.
Like holy shit.
Actually, you know what's screwed up is like looking at, all right, so one of the main complaints that I've heard about the movie from specific people has been that it was, and I quote, woke, because it was a native cast.
Right. Well, think
it's
about
a fucking Predator in Native America. You know,
in 18th century America, then
it should not be Johnny Depp in face paint pretending to be an Indian.
Exactly.
Like the right thing.
Because they didn't do that shit. The Comanches didn't paint their faces like that.
That was the whole, everything that I've seen, just the whole, like, well, it's just gotten so woke. What got woke about it, man? Like, there was nothing, but like, it's, I understand that Americans, as an actual nation, we love our predator.
Yeah.
Right up there with the Constitution. It's like, God, guns, babies, predator. How was that even an argument? Oh no, they have Indians in it. In a movie where the predator fights Indians? Fucking makes sense. Actually, it's not a woke thing. That's a casting choice that reinforces the idea.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like,
even if
hang
you
on.
look at like the first Predator and its native influence on the character itself, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there's
hello.
plenty of it right there. He uses the land to fucking hunt his prey.
Oh my god, it was just like there is no legitimate like. So I guess what it comes to, there's not an actual complaint that I've seen about. No one has said that the. No, wait, no, I take that back. I have read one review where someone complained about the CGI and referenced the stealth suit. I watched the movie and all I could think was, shit, this is exactly how this was supposed to be seen.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and by the way, that complaint came right after somebody was bitching about the wokeness of the film. So once again,
there's CGI and then there's CGI. You know, and this movie didn't really rely on it too much. I mean, it's a science fiction movie. To think that it wouldn't have CGI is absurd. You
well,
know,
it wasn't, it's like you're erasing a character while keeping like a warped shell of where their physical being should be.
yeah,
That is what CGI was designed for. I mean, shit, they
Yeah.
did it in this. It works.
Yep.
It works
That's
really well.
and that's the movie that inspired Terminator.
yeah.
Which, yeah, that's how that Liquid Terminator came about.
Specifically Terminator 2, yeah.
Yep.
But
That's the whole idea. Like I said, any complaint I've read about Prey has been basically attributed or attributable to. I don't want to say basement dwellers because they might live upstairs. I don't know. It's possible. But it is literally people that are like, well, it's too woke. It's got an agenda, blah, 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 blah. But they don't actually have a real complaint about the movie or storyline. And both are great. Like the whole idea of a predator dropping down in the middle of fucking like America and actually dealing with real warriors as they are a warrior hunting species. It's incredible. It should have been done years before now.
agreed. Like I can't really like think about like can't remember where exactly they said the movie was placed, like when I read about like the setting and everything like that. But it's in the Great Plains. I know that the
Right.
Great Northern Plains, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe South Dakota.
Well, it also would have been wherever there were French fur trappers coming out of Canada. So it would have been
Yeah.
Right. Probably around South Dakota,
Yeah.
Montana.
You
Right.
probably nailed it around there.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really too familiar with the Comanches like spread as far as that goes, but like I know like I was really excited as soon as I read the announcement for this movie.
Me
And
too.
it exceeded every expectation that I had.
The dog was rescued out of an Atlanta shelter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, is it not? Like they
That's
rescued
fucking
him there, they
awesome.
trained him, and then they put him in the movie.
'Cause I was watching Jason lives just outside of Atlanta. But, yeah, that's
I
pretty
got
bananas.
excited about that. I was happy. I was like, on the one hand, cool, Atlanta. On the other hand, out of a shelter, trained to do that. That dog was probably my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
Right. That's all. So I want to touch on something. When they talked about prey in 18th century America, and I said, okay, so he's obviously going to look different.
Yeah.
Predator is going to look very different compared to the Predator as we know it today. Because think about it, from Predator all the way up to the Predator from 2018, they all look pretty much the fucking same.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, there were size differences.
Yeah, there were size differences. Some of them had, you know, their jaws jutted out a little more, maybe. The mandibles were slightly bigger.
Yeah.
But for the most part, their mandibles were like, they were centralized in the middle of their face. And they're fairly small. But this one.
Yeah. This one was still taking form.
Are like, they're like out here.
Yeah, he was all jaws.
You could tell this was like maybe the missing link.
Yeah.
Of Predator.
All right, so that was to me though. That was the one complaint I could sort of get behind because
the design.
Well, in a weird kind of way. So if you have 17, what was it, like 1780 something? This was happening, I guess.
like early 18th century, so like 1713, 1720. You know.
All right. So let's drop it to 1700 just for the sake of argument. 1700. So in 300 years, by the time they run across Schwarzenegger in the first Predator, they've evolved that much.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's the question. That's the one complaint I've
Well,
seen. Like,
look
okay,
I mean,
Look at
they're an
mankind.
advanced alien race, so I can see it.
Look at humans though.
well, okay. So if you were to actually add the Alien versus Predator shit back in the canon, it would sort of make sense
Yeah.
because they were bioengineering shit. So of course they bioengineer themselves.
Yeah.
I
Well,
could.
that question makes me think about this. You're asking in 300 years they've advanced that much as far as technology and everything.
No,
Look how far we humans have. Look how far humans have advanced technologically just in the last.
And he was already
100
pretty advanced with like his laser
120
sight and
something years.
no,
everything.
it completely was. But I'm saying physically evolved.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, the physical discrepancy between what was the primeval Predator next to what showed up in 1986.
Well, then you
Was
got
it
to think
88?
about
Wait, was it 86 or 88?
87.
Shit, was it?
Yeah.
Better. Damn.
86 or 87, I want to say. One of
All
them.
right, let's go 87.
Yeah.
So,
Something like that.
so in
Yeah.
287 years, they evolved to have a shorter skull, a wider face, smaller mandibles, and wider set up. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the one complaint I could get behind. Like I feel like they stretched too far.
I could
with
agree
the-
there.
But then you got to look, because if you're going to consider, and this is leaving out Alien versus Predator, but like look at Predators
Yeah,
and
right.
how many different species they had.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So but that's the thing. If you put Predators into it, Predators was.
Yeah.
I guess that's why it would be called Geekman, because quite frankly, this is the Geek canon. So
Yeah.
Predators.
That's exactly why we call it that.
Yeah, Predators literally it is from the same time period in which Alien versus Predator came about. Yeah,
Right.
it is the same grouping. It even has illusions, like small ones, but they're still there.
And it's a sequel.
Right, exactly. So you had that's all right. So to me,
So it's in modern time.
what's like we were watching Prey, and when we got done watching Prey, we talked about it, and the fact was mentioned that Alien versus Predator is no longer canon.
Yeah.
I still truly believe it should be for this exact reason, because it clears up everything.
It could be if like the heart was put into it, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It was a cash grab. It was a complete cash grab. It was like
Yeah,
the same
for sure.
Jason versus Freddy. It was a cash grab.
Like if there was more focus on the story, I think it would work.
Well, that and if Prometheus hadn't come out.
I would like to see it redone, in all
I would
honesty.
like to see it done by somebody who really wanted to make it work.
Yeah.
I want to see it redone by the dude who did Prey.
Like even the end of Alien versus Predator, which, as I'll say it again, just for anybody watching, not canon, but if it was, Alien versus Predator ends with one of the best shots for no other reason than the Predator birthing a Predator-alien hybrid.
Oh.
Like that's a brilliant little moment. It is something that
Yeah.
could have led to something incredible. I mean, a technologically advanced xenomorph with the ability to spit acid on people or bleed acid on people if it's cut. Who the
And
hell
then
can
just an
survive?
atomic wristband.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it was literally a predator alien.
Yeah.
Which I mean, to me, I was excited about it, but as mentioned, I'd been reading the shit since I was like 14 years old in Dark Horse Comics, so I was thrilled to see how that was going to go, and then nothing happened. Adrian Brody showed up. That's what happened. The damn pianist.
So yeah, like you see the French fur traders, I believe, who we dubbed all Pierre. With
Yeah.
the Francois.
Yeah,
Pierre with the Francois.
that was a great scene too. Like
It was.
well, with her sitting across from him at the fire before he'd realized that he'd been cauterized and he was sitting there bleeding slowly. I mean,
Yeah.
that whole thing, like, you're not hunting me, you're not hurting me, I'm killing you. You just haven't
Yeah.
died. Like that whole scene was like made the movie everything to me.
Right. But
Yeah.
and then you see it where like she used him as bait.
No,
Yeah.
towards the end of the movie, and that was perfect.
So there was something you
like-
mentioned, James, while we were watching it too. Same thing when you were talking when they did the chain, the food chain up to the predator, the snake striking.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like that's literally what it was. There is no predator that's safe there because there is a higher predator on the planet.
Yeah.
Like that was a cool scene, and like
Yeah.
I heard a couple of people bitch about that scene. Like I read a couple of posts, I saw a couple of people complain about it, and I'm like, no, man, it illustrated the whole point of the movie.
Just like the fight with the wolf.
Hmm.
Like you watch the fight with the wolf, it's the same
Yeah.
thing. It's like, oh, you get to see him fight wildlife. This is actually pretty fucking cool because you don't see that in the first movies.
And also the fact that the wolf skull, the thing he kept, is what really fucked him.
Yeah.
Just from what was it? Her brother like kicking it into his side, or what was it? So
He had an open wound or something like that.
like punching the canines into his leg is what screwed him. It's
Yeah.
what slowed
Yeah.
him down and stuff, that whole
It slowed
scene.
him down enough. Yeah. What was it? Shit. Yeah. Yeah, she baited him in and then used his helmet.
that was
His own
Yeah.
fucking helmet. That was like, holy
like-
hell.
you watch enough of these films. Craig probably noticed. I definitely did. Like when she sunk into the peat moss like swamp area originally, well, that's going to come into play later.
Right.
That's only it was that part seems
Yeah.
superfluous at the time, which normally in most of these movies means they will show up again. Just like focusing on the way the rods worked.
Mhm.
The whole idea of the
Yeah.
laser sharpening rods, like it definitely. I'm not going to say it wasn't telegraphed; it was, but at the same time, after you've seen the first Predator for the first time, everything becomes telegraphed. Like you know what's coming
Yeah.
because you know what a predator can do, and you know what has to be done to stop it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like when you see the 3 dots, you automatically think somebody's going to explode here in about 5 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is the one thing I will say about it. Though. Like when he set off his little air mine things,
Mm-hmm.
I was fully expecting him to blow himself up. I thought that was the end of the movie,
Right.
just because it's been done in like almost every Predator movie.
Yeah.
Except in this case, he took the shit off and left it.
That was some clever shit. It was super clever shit. And
Yeah.
I was so happy to see it. I was just like, yes, he's still using the old tricks, but he's not sacrificing himself. That means there's going to be more. So, and like it shows you how he came across like the old pistol from Predator 2.
Right?
You know, and so
Oh shit! Wait a second. That is the pistol from Predator 2, isn't it?
no. It's
Are
not.
you sure it wasn't?
It couldn't be because it had to have been a different Predator that got that pistol.
Anybody
Because
who uses their phone without screwing anything up?
I'm on my phone now, so I can't. But,
Yeah, come on.
from my understanding, it's
I
a
can't.
different pistol. I think the one from Predator 2 is more a like a Civil War era, possibly.
No, the one from Predator 2 was a black powder.
Yeah, they
What?
like a musket pistol.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I am
what is in the Civil War?
gun.
Could be Revolutionary War, but I believe it's a different time period. Yeah, it shows how like those predators could have gotten those weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, she gives the pistol to her chief before she's given the crown of chief, or what
Yeah.
It is. It's the same.
Is it?
It is the same, which means Alien versus Predator is canon again.
How so though?
There's an alien skull in the ship. If
That
it's,
doesn't mean Alien versus Predator is canon now.
but if it's the same gun, there's an alien skull on the ship. My thoughts are suddenly that everything makes sense because it's canon again.
What I'm saying is they're just all that could just be a setup. They're thinking of that stuff and going, we got to remake Alien versus Predator because
No, I will give you this much. I will say that it shouldn't. Alien versus Predator should not be canon.
no.
I am with you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it could just be from a different story. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be from the Alien versus Predator.
It's the same name and the same flintlock pistol, though. And if that's all right, so I'm just saying. So from a purely a black and white 1 + 1 = 2 world, if Predator 2, the one with Danny Glover, happened, and if it's the same pistol 300 years down the line, right?
Yeah.
But there's an alien skull on that ship, which there is, along with an ET skull, which really fucks up Steven Spielberg shit.
That means they're hunting everything.
No, completely. That's what it means, and it also means
And that means ET put up a fight.
that means there's a world in which Adrian Brody could have fought a predator. Damn it!
And this is the hill I will die on.
Sorry, can I have this one, please? I mean, shit, the internet back. I just like, to me, like I said, it was the Dark Horse comics. I was like 13, 14 years old. I couldn't go watch a horror movie, but I could pick up a comic book because there was no age restriction.
Yeah.
The Predator versus Alien thing was literally written about 20 years before a movie ever happened. The movie was a horrible cash grab. It really was. It was terrible. Yeah. This doesn't mean that it, like, and quite frankly, if you can watch it by itself and disregard everything else, it's an okay movie.
Yeah.
It's not good when viewed in continuity.
Exactly.
Predator 2 is great in both regards. You can watch that movie by itself after having seen Predator prior to seeing any other of the sequels.
You don't have to see the other sequel.
You don't have to see a damn thing. You don't have to see that. You don't have to see any of it. You can just watch that one and be like, Danny Glover's a badass. Look at that weird saw thing flying through the air. Did he cross CDs? What happened there?
Yeah, but Predator 1 was my jam. I can't help it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Schwarzenegger and you son of a bitch.
I wasn't a Predator 2 fan for so long just because Schwarzenegger wasn't in it.
Really? Like, that was all right. So
I'm quite a bit younger than y'all, so yeah, keep that in mind.
That's fair. That's fair. But I thought both the Terminator and the Predator I saw in the same 2-year period of time.
Yeah.
And they were both on VHS because one of my friends who lived 2 houses down from me had an older sister that would just rent him whatever if he'd just leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Right? So she went and got these movies. We watched them. I watched them, like I said, in the same 2-year period of time. And to me, they were always sort of, let's say, interwoven with each other. Because Schwarzenegger and the Predator, to me, they were very much the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Right? By the time Predator 2 came out, I got to understand what I was watching. Like I began to grasp it. And then by the time Predator came out,
that was my thing.
Continuation.
That was my thing. Like I wasn't old enough to appreciate Predator 2 to understand.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? But now I've definitely rewatched it since a couple of times, and it's a really good movie. It's really well done. And the story is perfect. And Danny fucking Glover.
It's brilliant in it. Shit, Gary Busey's fucking great in it.
Gary fucking Busey. He's crazy as shit, but he's awesome.
Yeah, God bless him, man. You talking about the shit with Comic-Con or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude has brain damage. People need to maybe back off. Maybe he needs to do something else.
Look, man, I dropped the fact that he played Buddy Holly once, and I almost gave my sister a heart attack.
No, he got a fucking Academy Award nomination for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't play him, he was him.
But like, I just picture Gary Busey as Buddy Holly. You can't fucking do it.
No, but he did it.
He
Well,
did
I mean,
it.
look at Silver Bullet, dude, as the uncle. He's fucking incredible at that.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
well, Lethal Weapon.
Gary Busey. Yeah, exactly.
That was what, 3 years before Predator 2?
Shit. Did Lethal Weapon come out before Predator? Yeah, it sure did.
It was late 80s. I
Yep,
want to say it
that
was
would've been
89.
88?
88 or 89, yeah.
88 or 89. It was 90 something.
Predator 2 was 92.
Right. Okay, yeah, so it would have been like 89 is when Lethal Weapon came out. 88 or 89.
So
God
like
bless
around the
him.
same time frame. Like Gary Busey is just brilliant.
It was after Lethal Weapon that he had the motorcycle
Fucking
accident.
Rookie of the Year. Look at him in Rookie of the Year.
No, he was great. That's the thing. Everybody remembers him as this crazy ass fucking dude. He was not that prior to the motorcycle accident.
Nope.
Dude has brain damage. People should probably give him a little bit of a break.
And it's obvious.
Yeah, no, it's very obvious.
You know, like,
He was on he had some show. There was some reality show he was supposed to be on where they were doing a scene that was supposed to be set in heaven, and he refused to do his part in it because he was like, no, heaven doesn't have, like, he was looking around the set before he came on, and he was like, I can't do this. Heaven doesn't have mirrors. Heaven doesn't look like this. I've seen heaven. Heaven doesn't look like the dude had some serious fucking issues.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So like
But,
I'm reading all these articles about him having this weird meltdown or whatever the fuck occurred, and it's like give the guy a break. He does not really 100% know what the fuck is going on around him at any given point in time.
Yeah.
Not anymore, sure. Especially as he gets older.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But like, I still love Gary Busey. He's great.
Like that dude comes out the movie, I'll fucking watch it. Gary Busey.
Back to prey though, like you think they go when they go off on their hunt, they're hunting a lion, a cougar. Then they find out that something's hunting them, and that's when you go, okay, we're gonna see tomahawks versus these laser arrows. See what happens. And I saw an argument that like the Predator, there was no way it could have been taken down by native weapons.
Okay, so that was that particular statement I've actually seen mentioned several times in conjunction with the anti-woke crap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The wolf, before he kills it, rips a chunk out of his fucking leg. So
Yeah.
why couldn't he be taken down with native fucking weapons?
Yeah.
Right. And what happened? Aside from the ultimate kill shot, which was to the head, what do they weaken him with? They beat the living shit out of him.
I was gonna say mud, technically.
Yeah.
Well, they used the mud to their advantage is what they did there. They just used the land to their advantage.
No, but it is, they beat the shit out of him. They bled him. They weakened him.
with native weapons. They didn't use
Yep.
his weapons until the very, very kill shot.
Well, that was the other thing too. Back to the people bitching about the CGI inherent in the Invisi-suit or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually feel like it's a better way to go because it wasn't as good as the Predator from the Predator. It didn't work.
It shows how unevolved it is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I would accept that without the Alien versus Predator shit being dropped in there. Technologically, 300 years prior, they still had it, but it wasn't as far ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a technological thing. It could go by rank too.
Well, it could, but like one of the things I saw bitching about what a magic orange flower saved her.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a fucking weird flower that dropped her
What
body.
was the body thinking?
Do you know what it takes for your body to feel cold?
A lot.
No, not in this case.
No.
A core temperature drop of like 4 degrees will make you shiver.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So that's like the whole idea that like people are like some magic flower. Yes, a magic flower. And if he's tuned towards shit that's alive, then 4 degrees makes something fucking invisible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it makes all the difference in the world. So back to the same argument, like all the complaints I've been reading about this movie do not bear scrutiny at all. Like they are a load of shit.
I gotta do some research. Like I don't know the name of the flower if it even exists, But like, you got to think there's got to be shit like that out there.
Well, I mean, there's blood pressure drugs that you could take that drop your core temperature. I mean, they have to because they drop your blood pressure.
I mean, like flowers.
Oh no, absolutely. See, that's the thing. That's when it comes down to the question of where were the blood pressure medications derived from? Because the majority of medications we use are either synthesized or actually derived from a natural substance.
Yeah.
So the whole idea of like something lowering your body temperature, yeah, that shit exists. It exists all over the fucking place. I mean, fuck, you can eat willow bark and it does the same thing as aspirin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it is 100% an actual, like, the writers were not neglecting their duties and making this something that was acceptable.
Right.
So, like, when I hear people complaining, reading the post that people bitching about it, it's a stupid fucking complaint. It means nothing. It means you didn't bother to look any further.
But like, you look at it and it was just brilliantly done because she gives it to the guy who's missing his leg. And fucking, he eats it, his body temperature drops, he lays there. Like, he tries to crawl away at first.
That was a good scene. That was great. Yeah. What was even better about it though was the treatment as it went.
But what was that?
The trail of blood leading up to his leg being warm that was a cool fucking scene.
Yeah, that was great. You see the temperature in the blood, and then it just disappears.
Yeah.
And then, but he doesn't see him until he steps on him.
He stepped on the fucking leg.
He stepped on his leg. The dude screams. Then here comes the sheet. You know.
Man, it was a great fucking movie. They did right with it, and I would love to see a Predator dropped in feudal Japan. Predator dropped in the Tsar's fucking. I would like to see a Predator dropped into the Western Front.
Right.
I would.
Ancient Rome.
And it doesn't just have to be a Predator. Think about it. There's a meme out there that I've shared. It says, use the movie Prey as a template for all the horror franchises. You know, take, drop a Xenomorph in feudal Japan. Drop a fucking, Cenobite, and, send the Hellraiser box to like Austria or something in the mid 19th century.
Speaking about Cenobites, have you guys seen the Hulu is readapting Hellraiser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I'm excited, but I don't expect much because like Hellraiser is out of all the like famous trilogies, I think that's like bottom tier for me. But I'm still pretty excited about seeing it.
So Hellraisers 1 and 2, the Clive Barker directed Hellraisers 1 and 2, are incredible. They are actually horrific. They are a dread-inducing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The third one was good only because there was history explained.
Yeah.
Not enough, because quite frankly, Hell on Earth was not a good movie.
Yeah.
No.
But the fourth one, if you took the third one out of the equation, was great. Just showing the Lemershren's box and the whole everything that became what it was. And that's basically, you could also call it Hellraiser in space, as we were talking about the other night.
Yeah.
But that was not a bad movie. That was one of the few space adaptations where I was like, that's cool. And then every part after that was fucking terrible. As far as this goes, though, the Hulu movie, the chick that they have playing Pinhead looks like the description from the Hellbound Heart.
Yeah. The chick they have playing Pinhead?
It's a chick.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like she looks like Pinhead from the Hellbound Heart. He was never described as Pinhead. He was just given a physical description and called a Hell Beast.
Yeah.
She looks like the description, and it is actually morbidly terrifying. Like the literal physical manifestation of that description is fucking horrifying.
Right.
I am truly hoping, just based off the images that I've seen, that they're going to do really well by it.
Yeah.
The fact that they put that kind of effort into just that part leads me to believe they probably will. Maybe. Perhaps it's just hope.
Yeah. We'll see.
I'm a fan of reboots anyways.
Yeah.
It depends on the reboot.
It does. I mean,
I was nervous about. No.
The TV series
I like the
Did you watch the
series.
TV?
Chucky? Yeah.
To me, Chucky was actually almost might as well have picked up where the first one left off, as opposed to anything else, and it was better than the originals.
Yeah.
But then again, it was also because Don Mancini directed them.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we talked about it before on Geek Den, like the Platinum Dunes stuff from I mean, even if the Friday the 13th remake to me was incredible. I thought they did a great job, and if they'd been given the go ahead, they could have done really well with it. Even yeah, there you go. Seriously. I mean, it was a great remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love.
Nightmare on Elm Street, if they hadn't gone so fucking far with
I was
it.
just about to say I was nervous about that one, and rightfully so.
Well, I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't it was not Jackie Earl Haley that screwed that up, though.
No, it wasn't his fault at all.
No, he did a
No,
great
I don't blame him by any. No, not at all. It was the story. It was the story and the effects.
It was.
was-
It was. First off, using CGI in something that all of us have gotten used to practical effects in,
Right.
probably not
Yeah.
the best way to go. Secondly, I think it's something else that we mentioned on multiple occasions was that there is no need to make something as despicable as Freddy Krueger work by being a fucking child rapist.
Right.
Like, he's already a child
It
murderer.
was bad enough that he was killing kids. He didn't need to be.
Yeah.
He didn't need.
Already despicable. He did not have to be made just fucking too gross to watch.
Exactly.
Right? So that once again, not Jackie Earl Haley's fault. Definitely the writers.
He was doing his job, and he did a great job.
Yeah.
But it was just that story and the effects, like, man, no,
Yeah, no, that's
no.
That's
But
But at least it got away from the cartoonishness
Mm.
the last couple of parts of Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, let's
you're not wrong. But
Yeah.
they
like
didn't.
when you had part 4 or part 3, Dream Warriors was probably, I would say, I would almost bet was almost everybody's favorite. It was my favorite.
Yeah, I
the
think
last
Dream
good one,
Warriors
in
is
my
my
opinion.
favorite.
Dream Master. Still good. Alice was a great final girl.
I still like Dream Child too.
Dream Child was good because of the effects, but the story itself, to me, when you go back and watch it, was disjointed and stupid.
Yeah.
Like, they could have made that better. They
Yeah.
did great with the effects, but the actual story was not that wonderful. Part 6, I saw in theaters because, 3D glasses, and I wanted to watch Freddy do shit.
Yeah.
And even that, it's still one of my favorite movies. When I go back and watch it, though, if I watch it from just a simple critical perspective, terrible fucking movie. It was
Yeah.
fucking horrible. So, I mean, it needed a reboot, but they did it bad.
Yeah. They completely destroyed it.
I mean, shit was
But,
pretty version.
But let's go back to Prey real quick. Did either of you watch all the way to the end of the end credits?
I skipped ahead trying to see if there was something, and nothing was there. Was there something?
It's subtle, but it's there. Because basically the end credits are just telling the entire story in cave drawing, right?
Right.
Or rock drawings, or what the natives did.
Yeah.
So you watch all the way to the end. It extends beyond what you see at the end of the movie, which is her getting the crown of war chief and them doing the chant.
Yeah.
End of the end credits, it goes to that part, and then they turn around, look at the sky. You see 3 ships coming from the sky.
Ah,
Yeah. So maybe we get a Prey too.
Yeah.
but at this point, knowing that there's such a possibility, would you want an actual sequel to that one, or would you want to see
Not
it
necessarily. I want to see it.
I'd want to see it somewhere different.
Drop it in ancient Egypt.
If they took like a whole 3 series and
Well,
like
you
put
can't
those
because
3
this is
ships in
supposed to be
different
the first
spots of
journey
the
to
world,
Egypt.
yeah, I'd be into it.
Dude, even with the
Yeah.
Cossacks, like if you dropped them in Russia with the fucking Cossacks, like
Yeah.
that should be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Drop them
Although
in
I still
World
say
War
dropping them
II.
on some type of World War II or World War
Yeah.
One trench would be incredible.
Or maybe that's the reason Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Oh, that would be awesome. And so fine, if you were to write a story, if he were to drop in feudal Japan not feudal Japan, but just Japan in general at the same time. And the American government immediately claimed responsibility in order to end the war.
And just drop
That
like
would
a
be
dummy,
tight as
and just
fuck.
drop like a dummy bomb or something.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have to do that. You would just have to claim it later, and nobody would challenge you. You just wipe two
And
cities.
just like make some footage of the
Yeah,
planes
exactly,
taking off.
exactly. Like with this, I mean, that would be fucking awesome. Actually, that would be an incredible movie.
Dude, we got to get our Kickstarter going.
No, seriously, even with the ending, I'd watch that.
I can't believe I just came up with that. Like, what? Whoa, where'd that come from?
I mean, we know. All right, so like with Dutch in the first one, like he set his little wristband off and fucking blew up the entire Amazon, or at least that area.
Yeah.
Which I never, even when I was a kid, I was like, how'd they get away? Like I would
Think
honestly
about
watch
it.
that part and
Think-
be like, they're in a helicopter. How'd they get away?
But think about it. What's he doing? Like, because you can't read his little symbols or whatever, right? You can't understand his language, how it's talking to him or whatever, like what he's doing. So it could be like he's setting the frequency of how much he has to destroy with this.
Ah, good call.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the reason why Dutch knew that it was a countdown was by watching the actual symbols. Like,
Right? Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that was obvious, but like, how was he able to do all that without any lettering or anything like that?
Oh, so instead of setting off an atomic explosion, he set off like a date cutter.
No. Like he sets off like, say, because what Fat Man and Little Boy, what did they destroy?
Right.
2 whole cities, right? Millions of people. You got to think he could set a frequency on his atomic wrist bomb thing to destroy so much of an area from where he's at.
Right. Oh no, yeah, okay, so I get that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So basically, he could decide between what we would know as an atomic bomb and what somebody else would know as a Scud missile. Like it would just be it was a sliding scale of destruction.
Right. And think about like every time an atomic bomb
That's
happening.
very fucking doable. You can make the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, and it's very intriguing that way too.
Yeah.
But
although at the time period, so you're talking World War II Japan, you'd be talking like the Emperor. Although at the same time,
That's true. What if the Predator was like the reason for the war in the Pacific? You know what I mean? And then you have the government covering it up.
all right, so like,
and there was reports of one in Hawaii, and that's why they went to Pearl Harbor.
it's like Pearl Harbor was not the Japanese; it was actually a bunch of predators.
Yeah.
A predator.
Yeah.
Although at the same time, that's where you run into a weird sort of situation there.
Yeah, but there's actual video footage of Pearl Harbor.
Well, not just that. There's also like it was the same reason that it would be distasteful to say that xenomorphs were responsible for 9/11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that couldn't be added in.
Yeah, like okay, so maybe not Nagasaki and Hiroshima, but maybe something else. But
no, I think you were dead on with that. Like a predator at Ground Zero, trigger shit.
Yeah.
Would be fucking amazing for either of those reasons. Although it's maybe easy for me to say that because I do not live in Japan.
could very well be.
Well, that was like one of the things that's
But
really
you
weird.
got to think, how many fictional takes on history are there?
Well, it's
We're talking about one right now.
something weird about comic books, right? Especially from a nationality standpoint. In America, atomic accidents create superheroes. In Japan, atomic accidents create monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty telling thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Good point.
which is a fucking shame because I'd watch the fuck out of that movie.
Okay. Let's do this. Dream movie scenario for disregarding the World War II thing, because that's actually a really good fucking idea. But, your dream movie scenario, you drop a predator where? Let's just go around the horn.
Ooh.
Either
Civil War.
Civil War,
Civil War would be pretty fucking cool.
just wiping out everybody.
Yeah, because you'd still get like the primitive weapons against a predator.
You
You know
know,
what I mean? Like, I don't really think it would be really fit in revolutionary times, but like a predator showing up when we're already at war with each other, you know what I
any
mean?
particular battle.
But it would
Huh?
also reinforce the
Any
idea that there
particular
are two
any
sides.
particular battle of the war? Like Gettysburg or something?
You know what? Drop them in Gettysburg, probably
In the wintertime.
in the wintertime.
Nah, that would give them an unfair advantage.
See, I was thinking the
Yeah.
thing. What was one of the battles gave rise to like one of the South's worst prison camps. It was in Virginia.
Mm.
It was a horrible prison camp. Like if you were captured, you were dead. Didn't matter if you survived. Or maybe it was South Carolina. Shit.
I-
I'm sorry, I'm not like immediately up on my U.S. history because I don't care. But
Yeah, I can't remember.
But okay, let me tweak this a little bit. Doesn't necessarily have to be limited to Earth.
Oh.
You put it anywhere, any time period, any
so it could
planet.
be the future too. It could be the future.
Yeah,
So, Predator.
or maybe meets up with a Earth spaceship in space, and they think they're friendly, and they link up, and it's just like 3 or 4 predators on a ship against like 3 or 4 Earthlings
You
or
just
something.
Predators in space.
Yeah, they're doing like one of those space runs,
No, but
and then
think
you see
about
a
it, because
predator
they're from
going the other
space.
way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like on the space station or something.
Yeah.
I actually think the Civil War's got a lot to say. Just the idea of
Civil
dropping.
War could be.
Well, just because like there were already two sides, except for then there's something dropped in the middle that doesn't give a fuck what side you're on.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you could do a lot with that.
Okay. How about
I'm
not
still holding to the. I'm actually, if not the Western Front, if you were to literally drop a Predator in like the middle of any one of the major religious crusades,
Ooh,
because it turns into a demon.
hmm
Like you could.
That's why it would work in feudal Japan too.
It would because it would be Oni. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
It would be demonic.
Literally, actually, even the physical description of an ogre for Japan, it would work.
Yeah,
Especially if it was
it's similar look because of like the tusks and the mandibles are kind of similar looking.
No, there's 100%, like you call it a meme or not, there's a lot that could be done with that idea.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless.
It would always be in a relatively engaging story. Like what's great about it is if you did enough of them, the good guys don't always have to win.
Nope.
Like, I mean, that was
Not at
the
all.
one thing, like I've never seen a Predator win, and they probably fucking should.
Every once in a while,
You'd think so, because I mean, shit.
but that's why they keep coming back to Earth, because we're a worthy opponent.
We are worthy opponent, except for unless you reinstall the Predator versus Alien stuff, in which case we
You
are.
keep going back. You're gonna die on that.
I
hill.
really want it to be there. It makes me sad that it's not.
All right. So, final summation. Any negative review on this is complete bullshit.
Jesus, we could have summed this whole thing up.
Fuck
But,
you, you're wrong.
that's pretty much where we're at.
No, it is. I mean, literally, was it good?
It's
Yes,
all,
it
it's
was.
all based in people's political beliefs and stupid
Yeah, none of
bullshit
it's
like
about the
that.
movie. It's all about who you
None of
vote.
it's about the movie. It's like no, because Trump said that. No, fuck you. Shut up. Just enjoy the movie. It's a movie. There's nothing political about it. It's a fucking movie. But yeah, I thought it was great. It was brilliantly done. There's plenty of great scenes. Did it have its flaws? Yes, every movie does. But for the most part, this is probably one of the best movies to come out in a good long while.
Yeah.
Especially a Predator movie.
Well, that's
This
the
is
thing.
the
It felt more like a Predator movie to me than the
It
last
did.
3 that came out before it.
It felt like Predator.
It did.
Felt like Predator. So, because even Predator 2 didn't feel like Predator to me.
No, Predator 2
You-
felt like a comic book.
Yeah, because there was more of a story to it.
Right.
But and like they're kind of even sided as far as like the actual fight scenes and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, no, is basically Prey. Basically, is a prequel to the first one, and is pretty much just saying, all right, let's make more of these and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what happens.
Even then, the characters as written, even the Predator himself in that movie, you sort of cared about him.
Yeah,
In a
kind
weird
of
kind of
weird.
way, right? Like, I mean,
I know I'm looking forward to the action figures.
Yep, definitely. You know, it'll be cool as shit.
Yeah.
I even got over the whole bone headdress thing.
Mm-hmm. You have to. But, yeah. If you haven't watched Prey, what the
You
fuck's
should.
wrong with you? Why are you watching this? But you need to. It's on Hulu. Go watch it. It's a fantastic movie. I think you'll enjoy it. If you like the first Predator movie, you're really going to enjoy this one.
That's the best summation possible.
It's like, seriously,
Yeah,
like that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, and I'm a huge Predator fan. So there's going to be people that disagree with me, but I know I got two other people here with me on my side.
Great movie. I've suggested it to a shitload of people after I watched it.
Yep.
Same. I keep saying, like, I work at Mellow Mushroom, right? And the one I work at is an old movie theater. I keep saying we need to get a projector and put it up on the wall and have a movie night for the restaurant.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wait, are the projection booths still there?
No.
Oh. No. Shame.
But I don't think it's an old movie theater. I think it's just an old theater in general, but
okay.
But it's still pretty cool setup. It's got a balcony, but yeah. Prey, go watch it on Hulu. For real. Just a brilliant movie. And I want to see more. I want to see more Predator and other time periods, different weapons and stuff.
Definitely have possibilities.
Yeah. Drop them in World War II. Let's do it. But all right. That's our Prey discussion that we finally got out. We've been holding that in for a while.